Hello everybody. So today a quick video to show you how you can mount a file share inside a DCOS cluster on each node and all the masters. So as a prerequisite, what I did, I just created a ACS cluster running DCOS using the portal, or you can use ACS engine. And what I did, I also created another storage account inside. Uh, Let me check. Suppose, yeah, that one. So the FileShare DCOS demo. So it's a basic one, right? To do that, I just click on Add here, and I said that I want to add a storage account, which is here actually. I just fill the basic information, like whatever you want, right? And what I did, I just picked the cheaper replication option, which is locally redundant storage for LRS, and click on Create. So I already did that, so I'm not going to do another one. And when you're done with that, you can open that one here. And what I did actually, you can click on Files here, and I created a file share, that one, demo share, right? Just by clicking on the plus option, you can name it demo share 2, for example. You can, but you don't have, it's not mandatory to specify quota. I'm gonna let empty that and click on created, and 1 sec after you have used file share file service created, right? This is what I did. So I'm gonna use the first one, which is demo share, and if you click on that one actually, when it's created, you can click on connect, and here, as you can see, explain how you can connect this file share inside a Windows machine or Linux machine. On ACS, I'm using Linux. Actually, it's a Ubuntu machine for my DCOS cluster. So this is the command that I'm gonna execute on each node, right? So the next step actually is to initiate the connection inside my cluster. So if I'm going back to my deployment here, oh, by the way, what I'm showing you right now, you can do that through the Azure CLI for sure. You don't have to do that through the portal. So to create the storage account, you can also do that through the CLI, which is really important when you want to automate everything, right? So back to my deployment, my ACS deployment. When it's done, here on the output section, you can see that we have the SSH command line. So this is what I'm gonna do actually. Here on that folder, the temp folder, as you can see, I have my private and my public key. So I'm gonna use my private key running the sudo SSH, the name of the user inside my cluster, the FQDN of my cluster, which is that one. I'm using the dash cap L to do the tunneling SSH correction. We don't need that one for what we're gonna do, but just in case. And I'm gonna pass the private key. I'm gonna hit enter. Here he's asking for the administrator password on my local machine because I need this sudo, and we connected, right? So per default you are inside the home folder of the Azure user. So what we're gonna do using Vim, I'm gonna create two files. So the first one that I'm gonna create, so I decided to name like this, but you can you can name it whatever you want. And I'm gonna execute, just gonna paste the script and I'm gonna explain. So the first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna just make sure that we have the CIFS utils tools installed. Should be already installed, so no worries about that, but just as a prerequisite. Then we're gonna check on if on the machine we have this folder. If not, we're gonna create it using the mkdir command line. And then we're gonna use the mount command line with all the command line of the connection string, let's say that, of the file share that we just created, that I showed you previously, right? So this is that script, the one that we just created. I just pasted the 7 lines here. This is the script that we're gonna run on each node. So we're gonna save that file and we're gonna create another one called, so I decided to call it mount share, but again, you can call it whatever you want. And I'm just gonna pass and again explain. So this one, it's the one that we're gonna execute once, and that one gonna call the previous one on each node. So you're gonna understand. So first we install JQ to format the JSON output because we're gonna use that. Then we're gonna mount on the master because we're gonna run that script from the master. We're gonna run once the same command line. So we're gonna run the again the mount command line with the endpoint. Let's say that. Then we're gonna curl the Mesos API to reach and to have the list of all the nodes inside the cluster, format that as a JSON file, and store that inside the node file. And from that node file, we're gonna do kind of for each on each IP that we're gonna have from the API. I want you to do a SSH connection on that machine and execute the previous script that we just created, that we just pasted, right? Using the private key file. So this is the last thing that we're gonna have to do actually, is to import our private key. So as you can see, if I'm doing the ls file, we're still inside the cluster, right? We have 2 files for now. And the third one, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna copy the private key. So to do that, I'm gonna do that really dirty. I'm gonna use pbcopy, which is basically a command, a useful tool because I'm using a Mac here. I'm gonna copy on my clipboard the content of the ACS demo doc file inside my clipboard, right? And then here I'm gonna create a file called I'm gonna keep the same nomenclature, your private key file. I'm gonna use that one. And because it's in my clipboard, I can do Command V. So this is my private key, right? So again, now we have 3 files. And the thing, because we're using private key, I'm just gonna change the settings of my private key to 600 using chmod. And that's it. So we have 3 files. So now what I can do, actually, I can run the mount share. So that one, because that one gonna curl the API, created another file with all the API of the node and execute that shell file, that script inside of each node. So I'm gonna understand that. So this is what I'm gonna do. So now the script is done. So what we can do, we can initiate a SSH connection inside each node and see if we have something, if we have the mount inside each node. So what are we gonna do? If you do ls again, oops, let me go back inside the home folder. If you're doing ls here, you're supposed to have a new file called node. So if I check the content, which is when we call the API of Mesos to have the list of all the nodes inside the cluster, this is the result of that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do SSH connection. So I have this. I'm gonna do the same thing that we're doing here, but we're gonna replace the line with one random IP. So we're gonna say that we're gonna want, let's say that one, for example. What's the problem? Do we have a private key? Yes. Oh, yeah. Oops. I just have to remove the $sign here. There we go. So we are inside one agent, and let's do a cd mount. Let's see what we have. Cd, so we have one folder called share, ls. We have another one called demo share. And inside we have, so from my previous test, I already have one file called toto.txt. I'm gonna create another one called, I don't know, foo.txt, right? And we're gonna do exit, so back to the master now, and we're gonna initiate a connection inside another node. So let's see another IP. Let's try .7, for example. And same thing here, mount, share, demo. And as you can see, we have foo here. And back to Azure, what you can do, you can just refresh here. As you can see, we have the folder, the txt file here. So that's it. This is how you can create FileShare inside using DCOS and Azure. The script is not really optimized. Like I said, the idea is just to to provide guidance. Don't hesitate to optimize it, adding logs and so on. So hope you like it, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.